Hey everyone, welcome to Daily Revelations. So today is again Nehemiah 5, and you kind of dug into some of the grumbling and what was that was going on. And so hopefully you picked some stuff out of there and got some personal application, and God just spoke to you. The thing that I'm going to talk about though is something maybe that is going to take us back to why was this grumbling happening? Well, okay, so when Ezra rebuilt the temple, that's when they found God's law. And they read God's law. So all of a sudden, these people who had been being taxed, which I talked about in my last video, they realized this was not how God set that up. So I'm going to read a little bit of that to you to give you a better understanding of why, while they were rebuilding this wall, they started to say, okay, things are getting set back to normal. Now we need to stop being taxed so much. So this is what it says in Leviticus 25, 35, and 36. In the case of a countryman of yours becomes poor and his means with regard to you falter, then you should sustain him like a stranger, and he may live with you. Do not take usury interest from him. That's what they were doing. But revere God that your countrymen may live with you. And then later on in Deuteronomy, there's this huge, 7 to 11 in chapter 15 that talks about the same things. It talks about them. Basically, when you charge tax from your brothers, you are hardening your hearts against their need, and that you are choosing not to help them. You're choosing to use them and to use the place that they have unfortunately found themselves in, and that you should open your hand freely instead, is what it says, and give generously. And then God states in that scripture, generously give to him, because in turn, God will bless you. And the poor will never cease in the land. And that's the thing. There will always be those who are needy. What do? Do we use them for our benefit, or do we bless them with what we've been given? Is it for our own gain, or is it so that we can give? And that's what God says. I have blessed you to give, not so that you have found yourself in a better place where you can take advantage of those who don't have anything. And so this is why Nehemiah really got upset. He knew God's law, and the people did too. Unfortunately, those who were in charge were ignoring what God said. They were kind of sticking to the old ways. So anyways, I hope that gives you a better understanding of what was going on as well in reference to how God had set their nation up in the first place, and how they were supposed to be treating one another versus how they actually were doing that. And again, personal application. Do I take the way that needy people around me need me? If they need my time, if they need something that's mine, am I willing to give that up? Because I know that I shouldn't be taking advantage of them, but I should be giving freely because God has given to me. So hope you have an awesome day, and I'll see you again tomorrow on Daily Revelations. Bye, everybody.